hey, you know what's wrong with the world today? And this is just a random thought, okay? Don't judge me for this. Imagine a situation where each of us is given a big old coconut, and your task is to cut it open. Now imagine each of us would go in our own ways to try and cut it open. One of us, just because we have, or he or she would have, big muscles, or he's, really strong, would just tear it open, okay? Another person would perhaps use a tool like a peeler or something like that. Another person would perhaps use a big machete and, cut it open. So there are different ways of doing this. Now, the funny part is, imagine a situation where all of these guys or gals are put up on a stage and asked, hey, what is the best way to cut open a coconut? And then chaos happened, isn't it? One person would argue saying that, hey, the best way is just don't use any tools, use your bare hands and just tear it open. Another person would say, use a tool because that's a smart way. Another person would say, oh, instead of using a big tool, use a small one because that is more convenient. Now, imagine this. The fact is, each of them have the right intent and they're saying the right things in their own perspective. But the problem is when each of us try and argue against each other without trying to see where the other person is coming from or what their perspective is or what they're trying to say. And we just keep on, arguing over the other person, and then chaos all over. I think this is kind of what's happening around us these days, right? Everyone's talking about the same thing. They have the right intent. In their perspective, it is the right solution to problems that they're seeing around them. But they try and argue over others, or perhaps even try and say that you are wrong and I am right, and only I am right. And that's where problems happen. So, I don't know. Does that make sense?